Hi friends, I am so excited to share with you some new things at Scrapbook.com. These are our brand new stencils. They are so pretty and such great designs and so much fun for a background. We've got our Roma stencil, our Spanish tile, and our Buttercup. And I'm going to use it today with some Cloud Whip. If you have not checked out the Cloud Whip, this is going to be a chance for you to see it in action. We're so excited about this. All right, let's get started using some of these stencils with the Cloud Whip and showing you how you can make a beautiful background with these items. All right, let's start with the Roma. Roma is so pretty because it's got a beautiful tile looking background that you can use all year round. So I'm going to take some of my heavy cardstock. This is just a small piece of heavy cardstock. I'm going to put it down on my Project Grip mat. This is the Project Grip mat and I love it because it does not move and it keeps your card and your stencil in place while you're working. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to line it up over our card. Then I'm going to take some Cloud Whip, my palette knife to get some of this out. All right, Cloud Whip has the seal on top. And then we're going to take some of this Cloud Whip out. So you do have to mix this when you start to use it. The top may be a little bit dried, but underneath is nice and smooth, so you'll just have to mix it together. And if that doesn't work for you, you can also add a little bit of water. It is okay to add water to the Cloud Whip. I'm going to add some pops of color. This is so much fun. So I've got a little bit of, let me move my mat here so you can see it. Let's stick it back down to the table. Okay, I've got a clump of my Cloud Whip right here, kind of like frosting. I'm going to add some really pretty summer peach gloss pops of color just to create my own color and texture for this stencil background. So I just squirt a little bit in the middle and I'm just going to mix it around. This is where you just get to mix in like you're going to bake and make some frosting, or mixing the coloring in with the Cloud Whip, and it creates that really pretty coral peach color. I love that. I like the gloss pops of colors too because it really gives a shiny finish. Whereas the Cloud Whip is matte, so now the Cloud Whip is shiny and yummy looking. Okay, there we go. I can take more of the color on the sides and bring it in. Now what I'm going to do is clean off my palette knife there, keep it all together. And then we're going to take our craft scraper. I'm going to scrape up this Cloud Whip, bring it over to my stencil, put it down right on top, and here we go. We're just going to scrape it across the whole paper. You can go as thick as you want or as thin as you want, so I can scrape it thinner, or I scrape some of it off, or I can make it thicker and lay it right on top and just run that craft scraper smooth across the top to create a thickness and a more apparent texture. Okay, let's peel this off. Here's the moment of reveal. Woo-wee! Look at that. So gorgeous. Friends, look how glossy and shiny that is too. Such a fun, beautiful way to use your stencils, Cloud Whip, and pops of color. Let's do it again. Let's do another one. All right. Let's now do this. Let's take another piece of paper. I just cleaned up really quick with some wet wipes. Let's take another piece of paper and put it right in the center here. And then let's do our Buttercup. This is such a pretty pattern. It's Buttercup. It reminds me of a wallpaper. It's got the Buttercup florals and leaves all around in the background. So pretty. So I will put that right over my card in the middle. Set up where I want it, push it down. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take some of this Cloud Whip and we're going to take some of it. Remember, when I add other textures to it, it's going to get smoother. So you can add water, or you can add some color, you can add alcohol inks, you can add anything to it to create the color, custom color that you want. We've tested it with pops of color. We've tested it with re-inkers. We've tested it with alcohol inks, and it works great with all of them. But I'm going to take my pops of color. Let's do like a like a really light beige color. So I'm going to use this gloss iced mocha, such a pretty color. I'm just going to squirt a little right in the middle and take my palette knife and mix that together again. Okay. You can add more color if you want it darker, but I want like a subtle beige color. So I'm using my project grip mat to keep my space clean by mixing this all right here. And I just got a little on my table, but that will be easy to wipe up with a wet wipe. You can see here I want to get the white out of there and add some color. It's just like frosting, friends. It really does feel like frosting. So you can mix it, get it to the consistency and the color that you want. It's all about being creative and experimenting when you're doing mixed media and following your heart. So I'm going to follow my heart to light beige, I think is what I want. Okay, put that aside. Let's grab our craft scraper. I'm going to bring this over here, put this down, and we're going to scrape. Pretty. I'm going to do a thinner texture. Bring some of this color over. Okay, I'm going to hand that over to Mackenzie. Thank you. And we're going to peel away because I did a little bit of a thinner texture on this one. Look, you can see it underneath my stencil how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. The reveal never ceases to amaze me. Look at how pretty that is. Gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick. This cloud whip dries with a heat tool really fast. And what's cool about that is it starts to puff a little bit. So you're going to get a little bit more dimension and a little bit more puffiness when you dry it with this. So watch closely and watch how it starts to puff. With this flower right here. Look at that, it's starting to puff up. See that? It starts to puff up and add more dimension. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's clean up our mess here. I'm just going to show you how quick it is to clean this up. I'm going to get some wet wipes. Just using some Lysol wipes. Let's clean up my table first. Right here, it just cleans right up. And look at this edge. I'm going to clean it. Hand that over. Grab one more. Thank you. Cleans up really nice. If I was by a sink, I could just run this under some water. And if you want to use dish soap, you can. It cleans up nice. It does not ever lose its stickiness because it's silicone and it's adheres on both sides to your surface. Okay, so now I've got that cleaned up with wipes. And I'm just going to use a paper towel to dry this off. Nice. Okay, let's do this again. Let's now work with our Spanish tile. This design is another favorite. I'm so excited about this new one. It's so pretty, and I can't wait to show you. So let's take our card, make sure all of our work surface is dry so everything will adhere down. We're going to take our paper in the background, put that down. Take our Spanish tile stencil right on top here. Actually, I'm going to move down a little bit more because I want some space to put my cloud whip over there. Okay. Make sure that Spanish tile catches the project grip underneath. Okay, some more cloud whip. Oops. Put that over to the side. Grab some cloud whip. A little bit of the drier stuff with the wet stuff. Mix it, mix it. The trick to Cloud Whip is constantly mixing it so that it is the texture and the consistency that you want. You can add a little bit of water. I'm going to add pops of color to give it a little more smoother texture. So let's do we have, you know what, I might do this color. I think I am going to do the terracotta to even give a lighter terracotta color. That's fun. So let's squirt this right in the middle here and do a little bit more so it's a little bit darker. Such a pretty color. I love our pops of colors so much. You can do so many things with them. Oh, look at that gloss. It's making that Cloud Whip really shiny and almost metallic looking. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna mix it. It's giving me a really pretty corally color again, but terracotta light. Might just add a little bit more. There we go. Can you hear that texture in that Cloud Whip? I love it so much. Okay. Like frosting. Okay. Now we're going to take our craft scraper. We're going to grab this Cloud Whip and we're going to come over here. Put it down. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. So pretty. I'm going to do it thick. All right, now it's time for reveal. So pretty. That reaction is real, friends. I just never get over it. Look at how pretty. Such a beautiful, crisp texture with those stencils, the Cloud Whip, and the pops of color. I am in love. Gorgeous. And you know if I add heat to this, it's going to be a little bit poofier. So pretty. This is really exciting. So brand new, 3 brand new stencils at Scrapbook.com. Buttercup, Roma, and Spanish Tile. Cloud Whip. Grab yours today. Grab some colors of pops of color to mix with your Cloud Whip and go crazy. Get creative, have fun, and share with us in the gallery what you create. These are going to make for some beautiful cards. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining us today. If you loved this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up so that others like you can see these fun, crafty videos. We hope you enjoyed seeing our brand new stencils at Scrapbook.com and playing along with the Cloud Whip and the pops of color. Be sure to grab yours today. They're only available at Scrapbook.com. We'll see you next time.